Well, no trip to the Northwest would be complete without a little rain, and we've got a lot of rain falling right now at Lumen Field in downtown Seattle.
Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports.
This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins.
And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
Jackson. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football 1st and 10.
Ready, 45, white, hey, confused. Ready.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he stopped immediately there.
Davion Taylor there to bring him down. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. 3rd down from the gun, it's Mond. That's complete. It's Elijah Moore. And he is going to have a Seahawks first. Down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Walker now on 1st and 10.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
The Seahawks sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. They come in playing pretty good football, winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On 2nd and 11 now.
Mond.
He's got a man complete.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Single slot. Back two, the Mike.
From the gun, here's Mond.
That's going to be caught. Touchdown.
Elijah Moore.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point attempt to follow here. And we'll see if this rain affects the team's decisions going forward, but they kick it here, and it's good. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches do is they kind of game plan for that with their teams. On defense, they may blitz more in the beginning to get them going. On offense, they may go more up-tempo. Anything to get them out of that lethargy right at the beginning.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Devin Duvernay.
61 yards.
And the Ravens are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
And oh, he missed it. No good. And they'll remain down by a point. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart, passed by.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey.
Ravens are going to take possession of the football. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
And good downhill running. He's got 6 yards down to the 13.
Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
They'll go again with Dobbins.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to third down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on third.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll run with Dobbins.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
After one, a one-point game, 7-6.
Second and goal from the 1.
That is caught. It's Bateman for a Raven touchdown. A 1-yard touchdown pass, and the Ravens have taken the lead.
Tucker now to add the point after. And he atones for his miss the first time around, as this one is up and good to extend their lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check 26, check 26.
Ready.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Check cut. 32.
Heavy on the edges, heavy on the edges. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
They run again with Walker. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
52 blaster. Right.
On 2nd and 9. Mond going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Mond looks to throw.
Throw left side complete. That's Walker.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
That was just a good example of taking what the defense gave him. No one opened downfield, knew where his safety valve was, swung it out to him. He gets upfield and picks up the first down. Well done all the way around.
Ultra. Ready, go.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker.
And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Mond now off of play action.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Adafe Owe showing off the pass rush skills. Well, they sent him on the blitz from that linebacker spot, and boy, he got there quickly.
He certainly did, and obviously he could have used a block from his running back, but I think you nailed it right there. The defender got into the backfield so fast, it's hard for anyone to react.
A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
Mond out of the shotgun. He completes this to Walker.
And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the 1st. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And that is no good. Oh, he missed it just wide of the upright, and the deficit will stay at 2 field goals.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
They'll start on the ground with Dobbins.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory.
42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Jackson.
That'll be complete to Dobbins. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
On 2nd and 12, Jackson.
A slant route caught by Bateman.
And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Jackson. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right.
And Jackson's so tough to stop. He's got a 1st down, and he gives himself up there at the end.
16 yards on that one at a Raven first.
Certainly not the way they drew it up in the playbook, but that's why they love this guy back there. He sees things breaking down, and he's more than capable of finding an escape route and still getting a decent gain.
Jackson on 1st down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Now Tucker to add the PAT. He missed one earlier, remember, but this time he gets it to go.
Makes the score Ravens 20, Seahawks 7. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need him right.
Oh, a leap, and he will make the catch.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
One of the good things about throwing it in his direction, he usually has the size advantage on those two-man catches.
And what I like about his game is that he carries himself at his full height. He understands it's an advantage and uses it at every opportunity. Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
That's the way. Check 52. No.
Hey, check Mega.
On second down, it's Walker.
And able to work his way down to the 16. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Here's Mond.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Pass is caught for a first, but he's looking for more.
The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise.
And the Seahawks are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
The point after through the raindrops, up and good. And the lead will shrink to 6.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much
He's got a man, complete. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Ravens will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the lead now stands at 13.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. This one fielded at the 5. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock.
And they'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. From the 6. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
Throwing again on second down. Mond. He's going to float this one deep right side. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
No, check that.
Red, yellow.
Let's get some penetration here.
Mond going to throw it. Left side here, that's the tight end fan. And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Mond. Got a man, it's Barrios complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw again on second down. Mond. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Marcus Williams. And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Tough one there. First drive of the third quarter, throw an interception, and now a chance that they could be in even a bigger hole if they can convert this into points.
Yeah, but how good do you feel if you're that defensive coordinator right now? Because you just know that the head coach looked at him and said, turn him loose, big man. And he'd be able to take a few extra chances playing with this type of a lead, and boy, it paid off.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
On second down, a run with Dobbins. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 54 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw is on target to Duvernay. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 10 more there and another first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They run here with Singletary. And he will force his way into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Devin Singletary, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Now Mond.
Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36.
73 yards for him on the ground now, as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Again, it's Walker. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ready. Yellow. 22. Ready.
Back to throw. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Slide. 97.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Mond. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. DK Metcalf. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Seahawks have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And the lead will be cut down to 14. 2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Off the play fake to Dobbins, here's Jackson.
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big fourth quarter hole. They're going to get 9 here on first down as he gets this one up to the 34-yard line. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard.
Off the play fake, Mond.
They'll roll him out right. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield.
Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the fourth. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far.
Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters.
And the Ravens will take over here at their own 12-yard line. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys have been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along. If you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
92 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And that's going to be too high. Out of bounds and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They go play action with Jackson. He's going to air one out. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs.
And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football.
Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Okay, ready?
2nd and 4.
Pretty quiet, team. Pretty quiet. Back two with the mic.
Okay, go.
They'll set up a throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Back to throw here. And this one is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
4th down, 4th quarter. Here's Mond.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Moore.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Again, he finds Moore.
And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Ravens are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. As a quarterback, Charles, you have to imagine that he knew that heat was coming there on that snap. But this time, the pressure forces him into an interception.
Absolutely he knew, and maybe that's a spot in other parts of the game. He's going to think about just throwing that one away, but down late in the 4th quarter, he has no choice, no luxury. He's got to try and make a play. And even with that pressure around him, he tried to complete it downfield to no avail.
Eight yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Another run here with Dobbins.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. He's going to float this one deep right side. And this is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Tucker with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Up the middle, here's Walker.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
They go play action here. Mond.
And now here is another interception. Picked off by the former Husky, Marcus Peters.
And the Ravens are going to take possession of the football. Well, there's two sides to this coin. I mean, on one side, 5 interceptions now thrown for him. That's tough. But, man, this defense, they have been ball hawking and impressive. But, Charles, let's flip it back over. If you're coaching a quarterback that's struggling this much at this stage of the game, do you maybe try to get him?
And that is caught. What a catch inside the 5. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Ravens, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll return